think anniversaries by their own nature are important. We love to celebrate longevity. And when you get to a number like 100, I think that's pretty momentous. I think it speaks well of what we've accomplished here in Lakeland over 100 years. I think for me, and I think most people would say this, they get into Rotary because they want to make a difference. I felt the need to give back to my community, and I can't imagine a better vehicle for me to have that opportunity than to be in the Lakeland Rotary Club.
Our object of Rotary statement has the word service in it 5 times, as I recall. And we are a service club. We're not a civic club, but we're the oldest service club. We are the largest, and we do more things. So those are important to me.
We do so many projects around the world that it's just unbelievable. When we went to Atlanta and we had the End Polio Now, and we saw the video and heard from Bill Gates and the money that's being contributed to End Polio Now, the water that we're doing in some other countries. I mean, Rotary is doing so many good things around the world. You just have to open your magazine, look around you, go on the website and see the great things Rotary's doing.
It's that service above self. I think the fact that you get a group of people together, now guys and women, but you have a common goal. It may not be the same goal every year, but you're trying to do something good for the community, and you kind of get something out of it along the way. But I think that much beats just sitting down somewhere and having lunch with somebody.
To me, Rotary is important because it provides an opportunity for me to gather with like-minded people. I truly believe in service above self. I truly believe in the 4-way test. And to be able to break bread and have conversation and fellowship and to learn something about my community each and every week with like-minded individuals, it feeds my soul. It gives me the energy to go on and do my work and to guide my family and to be a better citizen for our community. And I think we're better together.
Rotary means a lot to me. It's been in the family for a while, and of course I have 2 grandfathers, a father and a great-grandfather that have been members, and not only members, but presidents of this club.
My grandfather, William Chase Sr., was the first president in 1918. February 18, the club was chartered in 1918. Then my father followed him, William Chase Jr. I can't remember the year Dad was president, in the late 50s if I recall. And then I followed in 1986, 87, and then Rob followed me.
Well, Rotary means a tremendous amount, but the first thing that comes to mind is the Christian belief of it's critical that we give our time, talents, and treasures, and that's everything to me, and obviously service above self. He profits most who serves the best.
Well, my year was important for one particular reason. We went into the year expecting a very routine Rotary year, but shortly after the year began, Mark Hollis suggested that we propose a lady for membership. Women in Rotary had just begun to sweep the country, and like many clubs, there was some reluctance for this to happen. But Mark, being the leader that he was in the community, wanted to see it happen, and he proposed a member from the public's community. And after much debate, we admitted our first women member.
There were groups, and I guess we lovingly refer to them as the old guard, sat at one particular table. I was pretty naive, and I was going table to table, and that week was that table, so I went up to that table and said, "Gentlemen, may I join you?" And I knew at that second, oh, what have I done? The look on their faces and the shock. But as gracious men that they were, and some are, so that are with us, they asked me to join them.
Admittance of women. No question in my mind. That was a Supreme Court decision that forced us, organizations, to take women members in. And there was some grumbling. I can remember some of the older guys sitting there in the back complaining, well, I'm not going to stay in this club, and that sort of thing. But as it turned out, women have been a wonderful addition to our club membership.
The club was 82 years old when I became president, and one of my friends said, you know, Gabe, you did such a good job. In 82 years, we're going to have another female president. But we've had several, and they take charge of committees and do so much good work in there. I always thought of myself as a Rotarian, not a male or a female. When I was in the club, I was a Rotarian.
When I was asked to be president of our club many years later, there were still some members perhaps that didn't even think women should be in Rotary, let alone be the president of our club. And I thought, all right, I'll work this, I can work with this, you know, and it became a kind of a personal goal for me to change their mind that we did not only deserve to be a member, but a place at the table. And many of those members that probably didn't think I should be at that podium. They sat right in front of me, and they were the first to comment, they were the first to call me, they were the first to email me. And I think my most proud moment as a president of the Lakeland Rotary Club is that perhaps some of the naysayers at the beginning of the year became my truest champions by the close of my year, and to this day continue to be some of my truest champions for me as a person and in my business life.
One of the surprises to me was Mr. George. George founded Publix, was a member of our club, and he came most every Tuesday. And he didn't sit in one place, he moved around, sat with everybody. And everybody loved Mr. George. And we had the type of people like him, Ralph Allen of Allen and Company, Chuck Beauvais, Steve Moore, outstanding citizens. I think that the type of people that make up the Rotary Club is just outstanding.
Mark became very involved with Rotary when he joined Rotary in Largo, Florida, when he was a store manager over there. And John Jenkins, George Jenkins' brother, was the bank president there in Largo, and he got Mark involved.
Well, we were always taught, he was always taught that you give back, and this community was very kind to Publix and helping Publix succeed, and it was important for us to give back. And he just, whatever community he lived in, as he and Mother were working their way up in the Publix organization, they got involved in the community.
Well, Mark has always enjoyed the children and being involved in the community, and he wanted a playground for all the children, and Common Ground has done that.
Well, I think just whether it was a Common Ground Park issue or another issue, I think what Dad wanted to do was stimulate the discussion and begin the process of engagement. And so, as I understand it, when Common Ground Park came up, he wanted to make a challenge grant in order to get other Rotarians as involved as he was. And so Common Ground was just one of many different things in the community that he helped pull others into to make work. I think just like when I was a Rotarian years ago, the involvement that I think my dad had was especially with new members and how he engaged them and wanted them to feel part of this new family that they were just joining called Rotary. And he was always one to step out and do weird things like bringing the first woman into the club and really engaging in inclusion. And so I think if new Rotarians looked at inclusion in all sorts of manners, that would be a great thing for them to remember my dad by.
When I joined Rotary, it was stereotyped as the old man's elitist club. And basically you had to be the CEO of a corporation, and we didn't do a lot of hands-on stuff. If we saw a problem that could be solved with money, that's how we took care of it. Today, the diversity by age and gender and race is made our club so much stronger, and we have people who still contribute significant amounts of money, but we have a lot of people who just want to do hands-on stuff.
got a chance that year to implement a program of having all 4 Rotary clubs do something together. And that was the year that we started ringing the bell as 4 clubs, 1 entity, at the Publix at Lake Merriam for the Salvation Army during the Christmas season. And we've been doing that ever since.
As a club, decided to enter into a partnership with the other 3 clubs in Lakeland to take on a big endeavor, and that was to raise money for a brand new playground, and that was for the Rotary Playground in Hernando's Landing. And in order to do that, we needed to fundraise in a different way. We did the Beach Boys concert. We went on to have the bands America and Three Dog Night, had Sister Hazel and Wilson Phillips, but we ended up raising all of the money that we needed in collaboration with the City of Lakeland Parks and Rec.
Well, it was one sad case during my year. We lost Dr. Henry McIntosh, longtime member who was the founder of Heartbeat International. And so that was right at New Year's Day we lost Henry.
Tragedy led to a wonderful idea when one of our own needed an AED. And after that, Mark Hollis and Rico Rich came to us and said, we don't have AEDs in our community. So we took that project on, and it really, once again, changed the way our club was operating, the way we did business. And what we learned was our first responders within our own community did not have that life-saving mechanism. And so we took that on as a goal, as a task, for our signature project to benefit, and now we're proud to say that there's an AED in every first responder car within our community because of our club.
I love Rotary. I really do. I was in this club for 25 years, and it just means everything to me. I love coming here and seeing my friends and seeing how they're doing. I miss this club a great deal.
Look what this club's done for this community. It's incredible. You can't do that by yourself. You have to have a club or a civic organization of some sort to be able to accomplish that. And I'm very proud of the Lakeland Rotary Club for everything it's done in this community.
1, 2, 3.
I think it speaks volumes for not only the members of this club and the past members of this club, but the mission of Rotary. You don't stick around if you're not relevant. And we've clearly made an impact on Lakeland, something that's worth sustaining and has stood the test of time.